You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. I'm gonna bash them right the fuck in.
Welcome to Drag Me Under.
Good morning, Vietnam. This is not a test. This is Drag Me Under. Time to be dragged from the bedroom to 6 feet under. Is it just me, or am I a good Elvis impersonator? Hubba, 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 drag me to hell, baby. Haha, thank you very much. Well, is it a little too late to be this loud? It's 0666. What does that mean? What does it stand for? It stands for, oh my god, it's Ghost and the Shield. Speaking of, how the fuck are you, Shield?
Great, man. You're already getting me hyped up off of that.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah, you know what? Let's play that backwards. I mean, hail Satan, hail Satan. Ah! Picture a man going on beyond the sight and sound. He's left California. He has entered the dense, hot Vietnamese jungle when all of a sudden a hairy monster grabs him from behind and drags him into the woods, to the forest, to never be found, and to his death. Okay, welcome to Drag Me Under, dudes. I am Ghoul, and this is my homeboy, the Shield.
How's everybody doing?
And the reason for that intro, do you know that reference? Good
The
Morning Vietnam.
no,
Of course, it's a movie.
of course, but as have I said before, I don't watch very many movies, and that's going to be worked on soon.
Okay, so the reason for that is because the topic for today, well, at least my topic, is going to be from Vietnam, and things get a little hairy down there. So, and I'm not talking down in my pants. I'm talking about down south in Vietnam. What are you going to talk about today?
Well, I got Lai Lai Truth, a little bit of unbelievable deaths. I mean, there's totally different ways to die, and a lot of people don't see which way and how people die. So I'm gonna start shocking you guys in different ways and maybe mess with your mind a little bit because some of these are very mental, and you have no clue that your brain can really switch on you, and you can die from it.
That is fun, fucking tastic, man. So, I'm going to talk about the Vietnamese Bigfoot. Ever heard about that story?
No.
Nah, you want me to get started on it?
Oh heck yeah.
All right. So, the Vietnamese Bigfoot, it's well, you know what? Fuck, I'll just get into it. So, in the mid 1960s, during the Vietnamese War, the US decided to send their troops into the deep jungle of the Vietnam for combat. But not only did the US soldiers have to worry about the Viet Cong, there was a strange, terrifying creature, well, creatures, that they had to worry about deep in this jungle. Creatures of the nightmare. I'm talking about Furbies
Furbies, really.
from the McDonald's Happy Meals.
Yeah, those are freaking horrifying.
And Kirby's. No, but not for real. So in the Kon Tum province of Vietnam, near the borders of Laos and Cambodia, there were many reports from the U.S. troops and the Viet Cong of a strange, not quite human, but not quite ape creature that the locals call the Patutut, or the Uhit, or the Nguoi Rung. I said that horrible, but pretty much translate to English, it's the people of the forest. Or if you translate it to American, that's Bigfoot for y'all.
Hell years.
But the troops named them rock apes. And what are these rock apes? It's a reddish brown haired ape like creature standing approximately 6 to 7 feet tall, walking on its two hind legs, with hair all over their bodies except in the face, the knees, and the soles of their hands and feet. Sounds like a woman's dream guy, right?
Right.
7 foot, hairy, muscular.
I don't know about the hairy, but I mean,
Women like hair, man.
yeah,
Trust me,
okay,
trust me,
I get it. I get it.
trust me. So, can you imagine? Oh, so these creatures have been known by locals to inhabit the deep, dense jungles of the Vietnam and the Southeast Asia. Similar to the Bigfoot back in the US, the rock apes are nocturnal, which makes them harder to be spotted and hunted down. But unlike the Bigfoot, These rock apes are known to travel in small groups and have been known to be aggressive and attack the local villagers. The first recorded sighting of the rock ape was back in 1918, but it wasn't until the Vietnam War happened where the sightings started to come more and more common. So when the Americans arrived, they reported these creatures that would throw rocks at them, hence the name rock apes, and even return grenades when thrown at them.
What? Grenades? They'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna grab that and just chuck it back at them.
Yeah, can you imagine? Like,
Man, that's horrible.
yeah, so like they're smarter than they appear.
Smarter than the average ape. I thought that's what you were gonna say.
Hey, boo boo. So the creatures will also yell and shake their fists in anger at the troops, like in a human-like manner, kind of like an old man yelling at the kids, get off my lawn. So, yeah, that's crazy. So tales exist of this vicious attack and other violent acts. Some exchanges resulting in gruesome death by being torn from limb to limb and having guts ripped out.
Wow, that's not even taking it lightly.
Yeah, that's a good way to die.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people die that way. So, like I mentioned, these batatuts, or rock apes, we're going to call them from now on, are known to be highly aggressive and attack anything that invades their territory. And in the Vietnam War, it just happened to be taking full action in their very own backyard, with American troops jumping right in. Can you imagine like the U.S. troops going to war into the jungle trying to get these Viet Congs and like running into these rock apes?
I mean, you would think you would all the armor and the freaking guns and you would be ready for it, but if it's their habitat in their backyard, like you said, like they have every little nook and cranny to jump at you, surprise attack you, throw grenades back at you.
I, I just imagine like the soldiers like walking through the woods and like running into one of these guys, like, oh, sorry, excuse me, just gonna squeeze right past you.
Oh yeah.
You look like a Bigfoot, but like in Texas, everything's bigger out there, so
I could just imagine them wearing a helmet and like grabbing a cigar and just, hey, what's going on, guys? Where's my gun? I don't know where it's at.
right, that'll be hilarious. So, author Craig P.J. Joranson shared an eyewitness account from an American soldier from his book Strange but True Stories of the Vietnam War. And he quotes, "A long cucumber-shaped head showed up. The face," the soldier said, "was covered in red hair with a pair of dark eyes and a huge mouth. The creature then spotted out of the vegetation into a clearing, allowing the group to observe the rest of its muscular, sensual body." So, which also featured the same type of red hair. So just covered in red hair from head to toe. This cryptid wasn't taller than 5 feet and it walked upright. It stopped to look at them and they just, exchange glances like true love at first
They
sight.
locked eyes with each other.
Intimidating, sensual. Anyways, other incidents occurred like in 1966 in a location known as Hill 868 in Quang Nam Province, the home of several rock ape sightings throughout the war. In this account, a Marine unit was reporting to their captain that they have spotted movement in the brush, which they assumed was being caused by the Viet Cong. But rather than the Viet Cong, they were being surrounded by hairy bipedal humanoid creatures. So imagine like just staying out in the forest and you see like the bushes moving and you're expecting enemies, but you see these like I guess monkeys, but standing upright.
I mean, you would wonder and kind of guess like if they were briefed on what other animals could potentially be there.
I mean, they do have monkeys, but like nothing similar to this. And you know, hey Sarge, I spotted something. Is it the Viet Cong? No, it's a monkey. Should I kill it?
That's good meat.
Yeah, maybe they trained the monkeys. You never know. They
Yeah.
might be just guys in costumes. So the captain told their unit rather than firing at the creatures, they should throw rocks at them, just like pretty much shoo them off, maybe.
Hmm.
But the creatures began throwing rocks back at them, and the Marines guessed there were hundreds of creatures. So they were surrounded by hundreds of creatures throwing rocks at them.
It's a vast land. I wouldn't be surprising.
That's crazy, just being surrounded by like 100 like ape-like creatures.
And not knowing exactly what is there too, so you're just seeing rustling.
Yeah, so the Marines were told to change tactics and use their bayonets to fight these creatures. After the men were sent out to investigate, the location was covered with injured but not dead bodies of several rock apes. This became known as the Battle of Dong Den. And though the evidence of the event seems to be only eyewitness accounts, as most alleged cryptid sightings. So they just based off on what they saw. But it would have been really good if they would have sent in Fox and Scully from the X Files.
Oh,
That song always creeped me the fuck out as a kid.
yeah, same here.
I would like turn it off and just run to my bed.
I don't even think I was allowed to hear it. As soon as it came on, cover my ears and run.
Yeah, I hated it, but now I love it. Yeah,
Mm,
I have it as my ringtone.
nice.
Yeah, so although there were many stories told by both sides of the Americans and the Vietnamese, there was never any true physical evidence during the war. But that all changed in 1970 when Dr. John McKinnon claimed to have found tracks that have been identified by locals as the rock apes. And so these tracks have been human looking toes, but been around the size of those of an Asian black bear, which are not native to Vietnam. What if, hear me out. Just hear me out. Are you hearing me?
Yes,
You're listening, but you're not hearing.
sometimes.
Okay. Imagine they were Bigfoots sent by the U.S. Because Bigfoot lives in the U.S. and California or Oregon, Washington. Imagine if they were deployed to Vietnam to fight too, and the U.S. soldiers didn't even know.
That'd be a sick strategy.
Yeah, some like X-File like secret mission.
Dang.
Like, nah, dudes, I'm one of you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it
I
could
mean,
happen.
everybody was getting deployed, so I don't see why Bigfoot wouldn't get deployed.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Also, in 1974, a North Vietnamese general by the name of Hoang Minh Thao requested an expedition to find evidence of these creatures, but it was unsuccessful. But again, during this bloody war, who the hell had time to look for these fucking creatures? Who had the balls to try to get evidence, let alone try to catch one? Unless there's true evidence and maybe one of these bodies of these creatures was found and just kept as a secret by the governments. And they wouldn't tell us.
Yeah, they never want to tell us anything, no matter what it is.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of it's a hard pill to swallow. I took it with a grain of salt. You think there were they actually witnessed like Bigfoots in the jungles?
I believe it. I mean, you can't see a lot. It's dense. It's a dense
Yeah, it's
jungle.
dense, super dense. Well, the most common theory is that these soldiers actually saw a Tonkin snub-nosed monkey or monkeys. However, these monkeys do not come close to fitting the descriptions given by eyewitnesses. Other suggestions for the misidentified animals are Barbary macaques, gibbons, or giant orangutans, but there are no orangutans in Vietnam, and there haven't been for hundreds, if not maybe thousands of years, but maybe hundreds. And some have suggested that rock apes could be surviving could be a surviving population of humanoids or undiscovered species of primates. So maybe it's a 50-50 chance.
It,
Oh, I'll go 60-40.
for it to be an unknown ape, it's more than likely. But I mean, if something's attacking you and you don't know it, it's strong that it could be territorial, like it said. So it could be hiding because it doesn't want to be seen.
I take it with a lot of a big grain of salt, but I want to believe.
I believe.
You believe anything.
Yeah, that's true.
So the Vietnamese Bigfoot, that's how I'm going to call it, wasn't the only mystery animal reported in the jungle of the Southeast Asia. There was other creatures haunting the soldiers.
Other things,
Yeah, can you
more
believe?
things to worry
I
about.
mean, it's a dense jungle.
Right.
I mean,
Cobras,
cobras,
anacondas,
clowns.
a random clown.
Yeah, you see, I will believe some U.S. soldiers would dress as clowns. That way they won't get killed. Like they're hunting U.S. soldiers, not U.S. clowns.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a clown, guys. Let him through. Let him
Yeah.
through. Honk honk.
But anyways, American troops also told tales of enormous snakes. They found one snake which was supposedly 100 feet long.
Dang.
How long is a football field?
That's 300 feet.
300
This
feet.
is 100 yards.
Damn, so like 1/3 of a football field.
Yeah, it's really
Long,
long. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. Which would which would like outgrow like any snake out there, because around right now the largest reported snake is the reticulated python, and they're considered the longest snakes right now. And the world record length for them is 32 feet and 9.5 inches.
yeah, I believe that because there's been a lot of theories and a lot of stories of villagers in different climates and areas saying that they spotted 100-foot snake or a python or whatever, but nobody's ever had solid proof about it. But I think that 30-foot one,
I mean, I've seen videos like on TikTok about like in the Brazilian jungles, like these huge snakes, and like I said, the record is 32 feet.
yeah.
But like imagine like 3 times the size of that.
I can believe it. I mean, if anything, those suckers know how to hide and strangle and get whatever they're trying to attack, anyways.
Have you seen the centipedes out there in Vietnam?
No, but I can assume they're gonna be creepy and huge.
Well, like that, like here in the U.S., they're like maybe what, like 6 inches.
Yeah,
I seen photos of the true American troops holding to like almost like a foot and a half long centipedes.
oh, with all those feet.
Can you imagine like one of those creeping up to you and like at night and just crawling up your ass
Oh my God, crawling all over you.
or in you?
That's freaking torturous.
Pull it out, pull it out. Ah, put it back in. I mean, there's a lot of creepy animals out there in the jungle. Going back to the rock apes, there's a few theories that try to justify what these rock apes. There's one realistic theory of the rock apes is that the soldiers who experienced these encounters might have been under the influence of LSD at the time or other hard drugs. According to a 1971 report by the Department of Defense, 51% of the armed forces had smoked marijuana. So half the troops smoked marijuana.
So they're on a good one while they're killing people. That's awesome.
Yeah. And 31% had used psychedelics.
What? So now they're tripping balls,
No, they're
smoking and getting us high.
yeah, they're fucking
And they're armed military men?
yeah, so like they're taking LSD and they're fighting a war.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like and to add to that, 28% were taking hard drugs such as cocaine and heroin.
Whoa.
So imagine half the troops were taking marijuana. 1/3 was taking psychedelics, LSD and mushrooms, and 28%, like 1/4, was taking hard drugs like cocaine and heroin. So I bet that 28% was taking all three at once.
Wow, so that's why they assume that they're seeing something that's not there.
Yeah, and like this was okay by the U.S. The U.S. allowed them to do all these drugs during war, and all why? It's all to have a better performance and endurance out there, and become more tolerant to all the bloodshed, to remove humanity in them and not hold back. Kind of like uh, kind of like what the Nazis did during the Holocaust. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
Uh, yeah, so they would give the troops, the Nazis, drugs so they can like just become these vicious animals and just kill, kill, kill. Cause like, how many people would they kill a day in Ostrich?
That makes sense. You would have to be a mindless zombie to commit such horrible, horrible acts.
Yeah, they were killing like I think they were killing like 2,000 a day. Don't quote me on it, but yeah, they had to be
I feel
drugged
like
out.
more.
Yeah, just drugged out to.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible, and I guess tripping balls would be the only way to fucking get through it.
Yeah, so maybe they were hallucinating.
Yeah,
Maybe that sounds really reasonable to me.
it's plausible.
And you're mixing LSD with the U.S. troops. You're pretty much getting Project MK Ultra. You ever heard about that?
No, but it sounds dope.
It's long, but it's a project the U.S. did to pretty much they tried brainwashing U.S. people, citizens, with drugs.
With drugs, you're
Yeah,
doing that with media right now.
yeah, but Drugs are cool, man.
Drugs are more acceptable.
Yeah. Fun fact. Sometime it's a little side story, but it's cool.
Okay,
And take it with a grain of salt,
gotcha.
a big grain of salt, a fucking spoonful. So sometime in the 1966, it was reported that some American GIs captured an ape man. They came by helicopter up to the base in the mountains, bringing some strange creature with them. And the report said that there was an ape man in a big net that hung from the bottom of a helicopter. And they stayed for 1 hour in the airport, then flew that fucker to Da Nang. And it gets even more bizarre than that. In 1967, 1 year later, in Chico, California, a large frozen ape in a block of ice is set in a macabre coffin-shaped box, and it was unveiled to a local carnival. So a local carnival had a frozen ape-like creature in this box.
Out of all fucking places, really?
Yeah, don't we live like an hour from Chico?
Yeah.
Let's go see that ape.
Oh yeah, if it's still there, frozen.
The carnival called it the Minnesota Iceman, and it caused quite an uproar. I mean, I fucking go see that
Yeah,
ape.
seriously, if it's true and legit, why not?
Yes, and people uh, wanted to know more about this. So finally, a Belgian zoologist, Bernard Helveman, examined the body. Mind you, the body was still encased in ice, but he concluded that it was a new species and he named it the Homo pongoides.
What made him think of that name?
I mean, he had that was a cute name, Pogo. They call him Pogo the ape.
Okay.
But the carnival toured with this creature around the country. Then the corpse disappeared and was never seen again. The carnival promoter Frank Hansen refused to divulge where and how he obtained this ape man. Rumors circulated that he came from Indonesia, Southeast Asia, which where the Vietnamese and the Laos are. And interestingly, Frank Hansen was a Vietnam vet and a fighter pilot who was stationed in Da Nang the same time this alleged GIs caught this ape and was being airlifted out of town. But I heard it was fake. I heard it was just like a monkey costume, just like stuffed with roadkill body parts, intestines, and
I
stuff
mean,
like
that's
that.
pretty gruesome, but going to that extent to try to fake it. But I mean, the coincidence that he's a vet, fighter pilot, was there at the time from Vietnam. I mean, those blocks add up, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, he was a Vietnam vet and he was a pilot, and this story says, same place, same location, same everything. It's a big coincidence.
It is a very big coincidence.
So, do you think they caught a rock cave, and somehow this guy kept it?
They probably caught an ape, one that we have never seen before, which they're still discovering new things, so it could be it. I mean, I'd rather not see a fake or stuffed ape that we already have with roadkill.
I still see it,
Yeah.
but frozen. Maybe give it a lick. Lick it up, lick it up.
I mean, it's frozen. It probably tastes like orange.
You get an apesicle. I don't know, but carnies are they're con men, so they say anything to attract the crowd.
That's true.
In conclusion, what really happened out there in the Vietnamese jungle? What did the US and the Viet Cong troops encounter out there? Were they confusing average monkeys for giant apes because of these hardcore drugs? Or were they being played tricks by one another? If you ask me, it was the drugs making them see things and confusing these apes for something else. Or were these real apes that were attacking these soldiers in the forest, in the jungle? My conclusion: rock apes are real, but I'm guessing they over exaggerated it.
If I had to guess and had to put my thumb on it, it could be an exaggeration, but with the LSD and stuff like that, yeah, it can mess with your brain, but
It is because I told you they encountered like over hundreds of rock apes in that one battle throwing rocks. You can't count 100 apes in the woods.
yeah, that's true. unless it was the enemy and it was them trying to sneak up and get ambushed.
Unless they tag team.
Yeah,
Handicap.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. So yeah, I'm guessing there are because here in the U.S. you got the Bigfoot that's in California and the Pacific Northwest. Then like in Florida you got the swamp ape, and you got a shitload of cryptids, which I believe they exist here in the U.S. So why wouldn't they exist out there in Vietnam? Just I think they over exaggerated a little bit.
Yeah, and a side note to that, the Bigfoots and the Yeti and all that stuff that they say are from here. Um, you hear the theory that they are like aliens and they can teleport and they have force fields and they will let you see them when they want to be seen and not want to be seen.
Yeah, I heard they're like alien pets, but then like they're also aliens. They can teleport, they can open portals. That's why like you never see a dead one. They never capture a dead body of a Sasquatch. There's this guy I follow on TikTok. Um, he posts videos of like him capturing these creatures, and they have the ability not to be seen. So they choose not to be seen, and like it's kind of hard to watch, but like if you believe strong enough, hard enough, you can like believe it.
Right, but right when you said that, it made me have my own theory, literally right now. You said that they could be pets, right?
Drop it.
If they could be pets, right? And
Right.
you saying that now, because I've never heard anybody call them pets. If they're pets from aliens, and just say they do have the ability to teleport,
Right.
what if they're just sending them out to go to the restroom? Teleport them to Earth just to go to use the restroom. And that's
Just
the slight moment when we see them, and then they teleport back.
just to take a poopy.
Yeah, just to take a poopy like a dog.
You can see that. I mean,
Crazy.
I don't want a Sasquatch shit on my house. Send it to someone else's fucking backyard and shit on all over the place.
Cabin in the woods.
So, in conclusion, I say they do exist.
Me too. I feel it.
Yeah. And speaking about the Vietnam War, it's a little fun fact theory. Want to hear it?
What's up?
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah.
Eh.
Okay, so the theory is Scooby Doo is supposed to take place sometime in the late 1960s. Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? Yeah, so I was in the 60s, and this was during the Vietnam War, and the entire gang looks like they're probably young adults, maybe like teenagers, like late teens. So if that's the case, Shaggy and Fred are between the ages of 18 and 25. They would have been eligible for the draft. And
Yeah.
maybe they were going around the country solving mysteries because they were hiding from the government. They didn't want to get sent to war, so you just pack up and just go across country solving mysteries, guys.
It's just one glorified escape.
Yeah, and I mean, it turned out to be a whole cartoon, a whole franchise,
That's true.
but they are criminals, so they should get incarcerated.
Incarcerated. Incarcerated.
Incarcerated. What? It's the same.
Yeah. What's the difference?
Yeah. So that's all I have for today.
It's my turn. And I didn't say this in the beginning because I don't have too much information on it. I've been searching and searching and searching for the conspiracy of the red leather shoes. Have you heard of that?
I have, but it's been like years since I heard it. But I can pull something out. What do you got?
So as far as I remember hearing this story from Macaulay Culkin. Everybody knows him from Home Alone, right?
That skinny white kid.
Yeah, the little kid who just opens up his mouth and has his hands on his cheeks and he goes, "Ah!"
Okay.
So Macaulay Culkin, when he was around his late 20s, did an interview explaining about a guy who came and visited him on the set of Home Alone 2.
Okay.
So when he was on the set of Home Alone 2,
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson showed up. No. So he was on the set of Home Alone 2. And
Jeff from Subway.
yes, how'd you know?
I was there.
Yes, he was delivering the cold cuts. But he was in this back room waiting for makeup and everybody to, doll him up for the show. I mean, for the movie. And he gets a knock on his door, and it's some tall guy in a white suit and red shoes, like very like they're popping. They're very like you notice them, you notice the white suit, and you're gonna
That's
notice the
fair.
red.
He's dripping with the swag.
He's dripping with the swag of these red shoes. And the guy waves off his crew and tells them, you know what? we need you guys to leave. I need to talk to him alone. And this is a little kid. And this is an adult trying to ask a little kid, right?
Right.
Why are these people leaving?
Where's Chris Hansen from Daylight?
Exactly. Anyways, this guy somehow got back there, somehow wanted to go talk to this kid without any fucking adult supervision. But Macaulay Culkin remembers this specifically because the guy walked with such posture and such like
Such
gusto,
class.
such class,
Okay.
yeah, and sat down on the couch in there. And I'm not fully sure because this is just recollection, and my wife, she helped me out.
Mm.
So the guy gets there and basically tells him, I can make you famous. I can make you more famous than what you are. I can take you to another level. And of course, everybody's going to want to go to the next level,
All right.
especially being a young kid. I mean, he did one really good movie. He's working on the second one. And
Yeah, really easy to persuade and just control over.
yeah, so he hears that and he's like, okay, where are you getting with this? You know, like, how am I supposed to respond? I'm like 10.
Right.
So he tells him, I'm gonna make you famous. All you had to do is drop your agents, which at the time I think is his parents.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's his parents or his dad. And he goes, "Oh, well, obviously I'm not gonna do that. It's my parents."
Right.
He goes, "But I can get you all your fame and riches. You just got to do that." And he goes, "No, I'm not gonna do that." And then, as far as I remember, he goes and tells him, "You see these shoes? Because you know the girl from the Poltergeist, the little girl that went missing."
I see dead people.
Yeah, clearly you didn't
They're
remember.
here.
Yeah, that little girl. Well, he tells her, "You know her?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "That she's my friend. I guess they were friends. They're around the same age."
So this guy was friends with another 10-year-old.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and and he tells her and points down, tells him and points down that that's her. The skin of the shoes is her.
The skin of the shoes is her.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
basically saying like, if you don't do what I'm saying,
Because she did die, right?
she died. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's dead.
She dead.
She's dead. So he obviously panicked, didn't know what to respond. That's his friend. Now you're saying that she's dead and it's his fault. He's alone. He throws up on those guys' shoes.
Damn.
And as a kid, you're gonna panic. What's the first thing you're gonna do? Some people freeze, but he bolted for the door. When he went to go reach for the door and open it, a giant bodyguard was there waiting. Grabs him, picks him up, throws him back into the room.
Damn.
And that's as far as I remember, but it's just like a little light into like how grimy Hollywood can be.
Yeah, they say Hollywood is real satanic, but I got my own theories about satanism in Hollywood. Uh, they throw a lot of shade on it. There's like levels of satanism or different types, like Anton LaVey, which is more spiritual, is like more atheist, and then you got like the guys who like do sacrifices and kill little kids, like you said. But about the conspiracy about the red shoes, a lot of people believe it, and a lot of people call bullshit on it. But I'm like maybe somewhere in the middle. And one reason why people believe this conspiracy is Tom Hanks. You know who Tom Hanks is?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, they believe that he's a satanist pedophile because he started in a comedy movie called The Man with One Red Shoe.
Wow, that sounds pretty convincing.
And fashion designer Christian Louboutin has also been accused because his shoes are famous for having red soles.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty far-fetched conspiracy, but like all conspiracies, people believe it and people don't.
But I feel like once it got out and people heard about it a little bit more, and if you haven't heard about it, I mean, that's understandable. They're not gonna want people to know.
Yeah, and accordingly to this, Satanists would use the human skin to create these shoes, and they would get the skin because of sex trafficking, and it just gets worse and worse. And supposedly a lot of these celebrities are involved, and like I don't know, Beyonce and Jay Z are like one of the top ones that are like
Yes,
allegedly.
the queen and king.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think they're just puppets. I don't think they're really Satanists because, like I said, there's levels.
Yeah, but like nowadays, music videos like Ariana Grande's or what is his name?
Rihanna,
Rihanna. Well, look at Rihanna's halftime show. Like she's obviously pregnant, but like everybody's white, but she's red.
right?
How does that not look like praise the red, right? Everyone's looking at her, look up at me, because she even goes on a pedestal and starts going upwards.
And the devil's red, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then there was also The Weeknd. He did his halftime show, and he was looking like insane, and like he was going crazy in like these mirrors, and all the dancers were wearing like they had plastic surgery. They had their faces completely
Yeah.
wrapped, and he was wearing red, and they were all wearing white.
Hmm.
And that's 2 different years.
That's two years in a row. Yeah, I believe in Illuminati. I believe all that exists, but I think there's levels. There's like deeper stuff that we don't know about. And I've heard like I forgot where, but I heard like someone mentioning like at a party of celebrities, like yeah, I asked her, do you know about like the sex trafficking? And one of these like famous actresses like, oh yeah, we know, but like we just don't like talking about it. So they know what's going on, but they do nothing about it. But I guess fame and fortune has a price.
Of course. And have you heard of David Dobrik?
David
Dobrik.
Dobrik,
He's a Vine star. Well, I think he was a Vine star, then he became a YouTube star, but he was in a relationship. And then I think he had broken up with his relationship. But when he first came into the scene, he was a Vine star. I don't know if you know.
I know Vine, but I don't know him. But
Okay.
go on.
So this story about David Dobrik, and this comes out of his mouth too. It's like he said that when he first was on his rise to try to, make it in Hollywood, he lived with a bunch of roommates, and one of the girls that was his roommate came up to him one day and told him, "Oh, you can't say anything, but this one person came up to me and told me that they can make me famous, kind of like Macaulay Culkin,
Right,
but you had to sacrifice a loved one." And he was like taken back, like, "Are you serious? Like, why are you telling me this, right?"
right,
So he goes and listens to her, and she goes, "My mom is my biggest supporter. My mom loves me.
right.
She'll do anything for me."
Okay.
But he goes and tells the rest of his story to his friends like months later, because I mean, you're not gonna think anything of it. You stayed quiet like she told you to.
Yeah, probably she just like having a bad trip or something.
Yeah, and then the roommates come to him and tell him that she basically told him to. And that at a party he used to like go around asking like all these celebrities once he became super famous. It's like, oh, does the Illuminati exist? And he would always say, yeah. Everybody would tell him, yeah, the Illuminati exists.
I think they want you to know they exist, just to stir up something. But like I said, I think there's like stuff far far worse than Illuminati. But I can believe they try to do stuff to like just to get you to get famous. Like, okay, yeah, it's like dares. I think like Hollywood guys dare each other to like get other people to do stuff, and like, okay, she can be famous. Have her 15 minutes of fame in exchange for your mama.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, but I got a goldfish I love. Can I sacrifice him?
Oh yeah. If it was that simple,
I'll
right?
find a loophole. I will find it.
All right, let's get on to the lighter side of news. I have another game for everybody.
Hello. You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game.
All right, Lie Truth back at it again to see if this man can actually get these right.
You good? I've been practicing.
Have you now? Because last time wasn't so strong.
I've been watching Lie to Me, so I'm gonna study your facial features.
Oh, great. Now I gotta hide my face.
Ah,
All
you
right.
can hide it under the table.
Oh, goodness. Then you're not gonna be able to hear me.
You have a mouthful, so.
Real funny.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so what is it? Lay it on me.
Lie Truth. Ready? Flash mob invades Poland homes. Violence breaks out.
Now, when you say flash mobs, are they naked?
They could be. Didn't specify exactly what kind of flash mob. It could have been Spider-Man's for all we know.
Okay. I don't know why my mind goes straight to naked people.
Cause Flash.
Yeah.
Flash.
Exactly. So Flash people invade Poland homes.
Yeah, invade Poland homes. Violence breaks out.
Fine, breaks out. Okay.
All right.
Next one.
Polar bear look-alike spotted on Canadian roadside.
Polar bear look-alike on Canadian roadside.
Yeah, it's spotted on a Canadian roadside.
Okay.
From crab boil to human spoils, a meal that won't be forgotten.
A meal that won't be forgotten. Okay, so there's two lies and one truth.
Yes, sir.
I say the last one's a lie, and I'm gonna say the polar bear in Canadian territory is a lie. So I'm gonna go with the flash mob flashing their dicks and tits out in Poland.
You're wrong.
Oh,
You got it wrong, and I try to make it easy.
I'll make it happen.
I
I will go to Poland right now. Wait, no, I'll take that back.
yeah. You want the violence?
I just want the attention.
No. I try to make it easy on this one. Try to give you a calm, easy headline to try to pick. But hey,
I don't like the easy. I like to believe crazy shit. So that's why I went with the Polish.
okay. Well, the polar bear, it was a giant grizzly, not albino grizzly, was found in the Canadian Banff National Park. The color of the grizzly is a result of a recessive gene. So it was white. It was clearly white, but it had no it's not albino because you would have the red eyes and all that stuff.
Right.
But they're natural to that area.
A white grizzly bear in Canada.
Yeah. So the grizzly was mistaken by everyone, thinking it was a polar bear, which polar bears are known to kill humans with no remorse. So I see
Oh,
why people would be scared. Grizzlies, some more are timid. There's a lot of times where grizzlies won't attack.
cocaine bear, or that bear from with DiCaprio, the Revenant.
Oh yeah, a revenant. Yeah, that was pretty scary.
That was awesome. I could have taken on the bear.
Oh god, so does everybody else, but no.
Yeah, no, DiCaprio should have done a what do you call it in basketball? A fake pump fake.
Pump fake 'em.
Yeah, pump fake him and just hit him in the fucking just shoot him, just shank him. That's what I would have done.
Well, they have a saying. It's called if you see a black bear, it's black, fight back, brown, lay down, and white, good luck.
No, I know it. It's if it's white, pray for your life.
Is it pray for your life? I knew it was like
No,
morbid.
no, if it's white, good night.
Good night.
Yeah,
That sounds right.
because
Yeah,
there's no escaping a black
a polar
polar
bear
bear.
attacks.
Yeah, and I know a lot of good stories about bear attacks because I watched Cocaine Bear, so I investigated like some brutal bear attacks, and I'll talk about that in a later episode.
That sounds cool. So, from what I heard from these polar bears and why these people would freak out, from 1870 to 2014, there's been more than 73 documented polar bear attacks in Canada, Greenland, Norway, Russia, and the United States.
73.
73.
In how long?
In looks
Recent?
like 140 years.
I mean, that's not that bad. One attack every 2 years.
Yeah, but they're never supposed to be around. That's the problem. If they were increased around where we actually live, there would be fucking
Well, I mean,
issues.
climate change, so they
They
gotta
could,
they gotta find somewhere else.
yeah, they could be pushing down.
Yeah.
But there was one more recently attack. There was it happened this year in January. A mother and her 1-year-old child in Wales, Alaska, were attacked and murdered. And Wales is not even like that big of a city. That's what I'm trying to say. Like they're not in populated areas. I think the town only has like 170 people.
168 now.
Oh yeah, 168 now. Yeah, sadly. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I heard about that one. I think the bear was starving to death, so it's the first thing he saw, he just fucking grabbed it.
yeah, and that's how they are. They don't care. They really don't care. They might as well be the honey badger and not give a
Yeah,
fuck.
it's primal instinct. Well, not primal, animal instinct. Fight or
Mm,
flight.
fight or flight.
Yeah.
Well, so that's why seeing a white grizzly bear is terrifying for everybody to see. Are you ready for your next
Tell
line?
DiCaprio that.
Oh yeah, I mean, white or black, no one knows brown, right?
That was grizzly. Yeah.
He was grizzly.
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
All right, so the next one, ready? Let's try to
Right.
see if you can get this one right.
Okay. Okay.
South African man saves child from lioness.
Okay.
Grand Canyon family vacation leaves a woman stranded alone.
Okay.
Severed finger found inside glove helps police identify burglary suspect.
So the police found a glove with a finger in it.
Yes, sir.
How do you take off a glove and forget your finger? Okay. You got a guy who saves a kid from a lioness, and you got a woman who got dumped in the Grand Canyon,
Mm-hmm.
and you got a glove with a finger.
Yep.
2 lies, 1 truth.
Yep. Come on, you gotta get this one right.
Okay, okay, I got it. Um, lie. I'll say the guy saved the kid because there's no fucking way you can fight off a lioness.
So that's a lie?
That's a lie.
Okay.
That is a lie. There's no lions in South Africa. It's scientifically proven. QAnon said that.
Okay.
Second is the Grand Canyon. I can see that being the truth because maybe she's a nagger. Maybe she's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So like, just fuck this bitch. Just leave her here.
Right.
She didn't cooperate. She didn't put any gas money. So I want to. I'll say that's the truth because how stupid can you take off a glove and forget your finger in it?
Final answer is the family vacation.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Wrong again, sir.
I would do that.
It probably has happened, but it's not
It's not in
the
this
headline.
scenario.
Yeah, in
Not
this
this case.
scenario.
You know how many times I wanted to leave someone on the side of the road because they're being cheap?
Or farting.
That would be me. But it's okay. So which one's the truth?
The truth is the severed finger found inside of glove helps police identify burglary suspect.
How the fuck do you forget your finger?
So a would-be burglar may be rethinking his exit strategy after leaving behind a particular touchy item after a home invasion attempt in Burlington, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay. I've been in Burlington.
Have you?
Yeah, there's
Coke
one by my
factory?
house.
Correct. That's what you're saying. You've been to North Carolina? Well, there's a man named Vernon Forrest Wilson, age 67.
He found the finger, or is that his finger?
That's his finger.
Did the cops smell the finger?
They probably have to. So,
Smell that ghost pepper.
so his hand got caught in a slammed door during the attempt of the burglary. So obviously, that's how he lost his finger.
A 67-year-old was robbing people?
He was trying to rob him. So he was charged with first-degree burglary, also assault with a deadly weapon, with
What
the
was the
intent
deadly
to kill.
what was the deadly weapon? A crane?
No, he had, it was also inflicting serious injuries and the possession of firearms, while he's already a felon.
Okay. This guy has a bad history.
Yeah. So,
How embarrassing is you being mugged by an old guy?
I mean, this guy felt pretty confident. So his bond was set at $250,000. So
Quarter million?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not that much. That's in today's money.
So what from I heard was around 7 a.m. the homeowner said that the armed man approached him halfway out of his front door to his driveway, basically from his car to the front door. He had just left his front door and like halfway to his driveway.
Right.
The guy bum rushed him pretty much. A struggle against the armed man began, which led to a bullet firing from the suspect's gun, grazing the homeowner in the chest.
Ooh.
So the homeowner is like, oh crap, I just got shot. First thing you do, now it's time to run.
Right.
So he ran straight to his front door while the dude was chasing him, which led the guy to get there slightly before the suspect.
How fast can a 67-year-old run?
Oh, well, if the guy's grazed, how fast can he run?
The guy's what now?
He got grazed with a bullet
Oh,
on his chest.
Okay.
So he's flipping like not thinking either.
Okay, I'm just picturing it.
So run, both of them running. You get me. Runs up to the front door.
Right.
The dude the suspect sticks his hand into the door. The dude just slams it. What? And yep, there goes his finger.
So his finger got cut off pretty much, and he just runs away.
Yeah, so he fled the scene, leaving his glove behind.
He got on his electric wheelchair and just sped off to Walmart.
Yep. Party fail. So yeah, that's what led to his arrest. Because obviously you're gonna have fingerprints with that finger.
It's not my finger. I never had 10 fingers. I had 9.
That's crazy, huh? Like,
It's yeah. Man, I'm gonna be careful with my grandpa now. Oh wait, he's dead.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's cool, I guess.
All right, one more lie truth. See if you can get 1 out of 3.
Means you've got half a chance of stopping a whole lot of pain.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, yeah.
Anime production team murdered after ending beloved anime series.
Fucking geeks.
Ghost Town or Gateway to the Underworld.
Ooh.
Man arrested for domestic violence after food fight.
Okay, they all sound so fucking real. So the first one, some otaku nerd killed the production company because they killed off his very character?
Show.
Show.
The show just ended.
Okay. I can see that. And then a ghost town or a portal to hell. That one's the truth.
So final answer?
That's my final answer.
And I'm sorry. This week you are not getting any of the 3.
I think you're doing this on purpose.
I'm not. I guess I'm a good. You believe them.
I want to believe a ghost town that could take me to hell. Because that would be a perfect anniversary trip for me and my wife.
Nice.
She'll love it. She'll have to love it. Hey, man, I don't have to worry about rent anymore.
Anyways, so yeah, it was actually the man who was arrested for domestic violence for a food fight.
So he broke into someone's house and just tossed like a pizza at their face?
Well, it was a man. He was 42 years old, not 67, but 42 this time,
Okay.
from Portsmouth.
Portsmouth.
I think it's Oregon.
Okay. Yeah,
Don't quote me on that.
There's a lot of crackheads up in there.
It happened at 8 p.m. when a woman called the police on her estranged husband and father-in-law.
Okay.
She told the officers her and her husband are in the process of a divorce but have gone out to dinner, and the attempt to work things out, which was pretty kind of her.
Yep. They went to Sizzlers.
So she had been drinking, so her husband's parents came to pick her up. When the father-in-law showed up, he demanded the keys to the truck. It seems like he wanted the keys to the truck for the divorce, not because he wanted to keep her safe by driving the truck.
Okay. It's all about the money.
Yeah, pretty much. He was like, "Oh, I don't care if you're drunk. I want my fucking truck back." I guess it must have been his or something.
Right.
So he thought he could take advantage of her while she was intoxicated. But she didn't. She didn't fall for it. She refused
Good
to
for
give the
her.
keys, and the parents left the scene, but returned when the officers showed up. The officers explained to the parents that the truck was a material property and the woman did not have to give up the keys. After an hour later, the police called back to the scene when the woman said that her husband hit her and started throwing the food
Right in the kisser.
Yeah, right in the kisser, and started having a temper tantrum and throwing food everywhere inside the restaurant.
Oh my god, I can see that. Like that Golden Corral fight. You saw that?
Mm-mm.
It's probably like a few months ago. There's a huge brawl in Golden Corral. I forgot here. I forgot where, but here in the U.S. And a huge fight broke out. You can see videos of people like throwing chairs and tables. And after the brawl, and people getting arrested. You know why the brawl started?
Why?
Just because they were out of like ham.
Ham?
Yeah, all this because there was no more ham.
Glazed ham?
Honey glazed ham.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck somebody up.
You gonna throw that table at me?
Somebody's gonna get messed up.
That's crazy, man. Why do people do that? I hate going to buffets because if I go, I pig out and I feel like a fucking pig, man.
Hey, it's funny because when you think of horror and scary situations, I mean, stuff like that is scary, especially traumatizing. Like you just going there to have a family dinner and people are rioting over some ham.
Okay, I'm gonna write this and I'm gonna pitch this idea to Hollywood. Horror in a buffet at Sizzlers.
Sizzlers again.
I'm sponsored by Sizzlers.
Oh, you wish. Not a sponsor, not a sponsor, but can be.
But yeah, I'm gonna pitch that idea. I'm gonna send it. Horrors at Sizzlers. Okay, so is that all you got for me?
Yeah. What you got? You got something else, or we're gonna end it here?
I've talked too much today, man. I got a little bit too excited with that the rock eggs. And that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, until next time.
Alright, so that's all the time we have today, my children of the grave. Be sure to follow us on Spotify and on YouTube. Remember, do it. Do it.
Please.
There is more macabre where that came from. And please stay tuned and remember, one by one, we will take you all. Thanks for listening.
See ya.